Oh, wait, no. Hello and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be doing an in-depth video on the Sieves and Things, Sieves themselves, so, the namesake of the add-on. So I've got two tests here. So the first test here is just speed. So I've got these different meshes in the Sieves, and this will be consistent. All the bamboo Sieves will have the basic one, or the warped ones will have diamond ones in them. That's consistent over there as well. Just to make this easier, and they all have 100 blocks of gravel. So even if there is a 1% speed difference, we should be able to tell. And I've got all these hoppers locked with redstone repeaters, so I'm gonna unlock them. And yeah, as you can see, they all appear to be the exact same speed. I'm not seeing any difference in their speed. And yeah, don't worry about what they drop. That's the next test. Yep. So yeah, the different meshes that do not appear to make any difference on the sifting speed of them. So that is, honestly, that is a little bit surprising. I thought there would be at least a little bit of a difference. Well, yeah, no, they're all exactly the same. So yeah, we don't need to watch this all the way through, because you can tell just by looking at it that there's literally no difference, and we've already gone through and I know that they're not like sharing gravel because I already tested that before this, but that you need to see that. But yeah, you do need to manually hop into each individual one, where if you're doing it manually, you just need to right click one, and then it does a 3x3 area around you. So yeah, on to the next test, which will be the drops test. Yeah, good signs over here. Let's see it. Test 2, drops. So we're going to be testing what they drop. So again, so this will be testing two things. So firstly, it's going to be testing what the different materials will drop. So I'm going to be doing 1,000 dirt, gravel, sand, red sand, dust, crushed netherrack, soul sand, and crushed basalt and crushed endstone. I'm going to be doing 1,000 of them with the string, flint, iron, diamond, and emerald meshes. And I'm going to be, and then I'll put on here how much of what items they dropped, and what percentage those items were, and we'll see. And this is where I think upgrading them will come to effect. So I think you'll see a lot more rarer drops with the diamond and emerald compared to the string and flint. So yeah, so I'm just gonna I'll do this. But yeah, I'll just show you the setup I got here. I just got hoppering, going into these sieves, and then they're just going into these chests. I've probably got more chests than I need, but hey ho. So yeah, literally, gonna start dirt. Just give Appy 1,000 dirt. So that's about a stack a chest. Yeah, and it's just go up. I was in creative mode for a second. So yeah, I'm gonna do this, and I'll be back with you with the results for dirt. Yeah, so that took a while. So let's take a look at the results for the dirt. Oh, this video is gonna take me a long time to make. So could you please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and stuff, because this is going to be a lot of work. But yeah. So I've got all the results from them. So if we look here, so just like data to a string, you get 1,235 rocks, 68.1% to get the rocks. And I want to say real quick, I could. It's very possible that I made a mistake in one of these, and or something that Feel free to, if you notice a mistake I've made, post it down in the comment section below. I'll check it, and then if you're right that I've made a mistake, I'll pin your comment. But yeah, so that's and obviously you might be like, oh, but these didn't all like add up to 100% exactly. That's because like there's so many items. It's like, oh, one item is worth 0.00036957965 whatever percent of of a so it's just like, so obviously it's going to be not 100% accurate, because I'm not going to bother putting down all those like real fractions of a fraction of a fraction of a fraction. So this is just like the general percentages. Like you playing the game, you're genuinely going to see these percentages, realistically speaking. So yeah, about 68.1% of it was the rocks. Sugarcane was next with 116 at 6.4%. Then pumpkin seeds 97, 5.3. Seeds 93, 5.1. Beetroot seeds 88, 4.8%. Melon seeds 82 at 4.5%. Potatoes 30 at 1.6%. Hanging roots 25, 1.3%. Carrots 24, 1.3%. Red mushrooms 16 at 0.8%. Brown mushrooms 6, 0.3%. And then, didn't mean to do that. If we go on to flint, you'll see that we got 1,102 rocks. So there was a slight decrease of just over 100 rocks, and it makes up 65.6%, which is about 3% less. Seeds at 100 seeds at 5.9%. Pumpkin seeds 98 at 5.8. Sugarcane 90, 5.3. Beetroot seeds 82, 4.8. Melon seeds 78, 4.6. Carrots 36 at 2.1. Potatoes 35, 2%. Hanging roots 35 at 2%. Red mushrooms 13 at 0.7%. And brown mushrooms 10 at only 0.05%. Now I might have made a mistake here with this brown mushroom. I might have like accidentally missed a 0 there. But yeah, as you can see, the brown mushrooms have increased by 4. So yeah, you can see that like, a lot of stuff has just increased. Except like sugarcane, because apparently, sugarcane 116. Then here, sugarcane only got 90. So sugarcane fell down, while seeds, seeds, here they are, did go up. Actually, 5.1% seeds in that one. Sugarcane 5. Sugarcane and seeds basically swapped places there, with seeds becoming the second most common. And then the next one is iron. So again, something that I find interesting here is that the rocks have gone up to 1,210, which is almost as much as the string mesh. Seeds have gone up to 108. Though pumpkin seeds are at 87, beetroot seeds 83, sugarcane and 6. That's 67.3, 6, 4.8, and 4.6% respectively. Sugarcane 83 at 4.6%. Melon seeds 72 at 4. Potatoes 46 at 2.5. Carrots 45 at 2.5. Hanging roots 44 at 2.4. Brown mushrooms 11 at 0.6. And then red mushrooms 7 at 0.3, which means brown mushrooms have overtaken red mushrooms, and I actually got less red mushrooms because I was 13, and it's gone from 13 down to 7, and is now only 0.3% of the percent chance with the iron meshing. So yeah, seeds, pumpkin, beetroot. Seeds, pumpkin, sugar. So beetroot has overtaken sugarcane in here, in this one, and then sugarcane. So sugarcane's gone down there. It's what's place with beetroot. And melon, potatoes, and carrots. So yeah, there's beetroot, melon. So carrots and potatoes swapped as well. Roots, and then the 2 mushrooms. Yeah. It's a little bit interesting. Some things are swapping places, and some things are staying the same. And then got what's 1,185. So it has gone down again with the diamond meshing at 69.1%. Nice. Seeds 95 or 5.5. Pumpkin seeds 82 or 4.7. Sugarcane 81 or 4.7%. Melon seeds 73, 4.2%. Hanging roots 52, 3%. Beetroot seeds 49, 2.8%. Carrots 42, 2.4%. Potatoes 38 at 2.2%. Brown mushrooms 8, 0.4%, and same for red. So now the red and brown mushrooms are tied at 0.4% chance each, which means you have just under 1% chance to get an even mushroom with the diamond meshing. And I find so it is interesting that the diamond meshing does have the highest percentage chance to get a stone at 69%, which is interesting. 5.5 for seeds, which is lower than iron and flint, and just higher than string. Sugarcane is now 4th place at 81 at 4.7%. Which now is overtaking beetroot seeds. Beetroot seeds have fallen all the way down to just above carrots and potatoes, making hanging roots and melon seeds more common than the beetroot seeds in this pool. And then diamond is not diamond, emerald, which is the highest one. 66.7% for rocks, that's 1,190. Seeds 131 at 7.3%. Carrots 72 at 4%. Potatoes 69 at 3.8%. Melon seeds 63 or at 3.5%. Beetroot seeds 62 at 3.4%. Hanging roots 62, 3.4%. Sugarcane 60, 3.3%. Pumpkin seeds 59, 3.3%. Brown mushrooms 8 at 0.4%. And red mushrooms 6 at 0.3%. So now, brown mushrooms once again has overtaken the red mushrooms. But they've not increased, but the brown mushrooms haven't increased. The red mushrooms have just decreased. So, yeah, like I said before, I did this with 1,000 dirt each. So, that is a pretty good pool of stuff. Of like, so it's probably getting pretty close to the actual, actual percentages. Like, basically, if you didn't know, so the more you flip a coin, the more likely it is that you flipped an equal amount of heads to tails, because with statistics it always leans to the aggregate. So because of the coin, it's 50-50. you flip it 100 times, you might get like slightly skewed. You're like 60-40. But you flip it like 1,000 times, and it'll probably be closest like, and it might be like 54 or 52 to 48%. So that's why I did 1,000 dit. And that's why I'm going to be doing 1,000 going forward, because it's going to get us pretty close to the actual numbers in the code. Now I want to go through this and see which one is best for each material. So if you want the rocks, that's 68.1. 69.1. Yeah, so if you want the rocks, go for the diamond meshing, because that'll give you a 69.1% chance of getting rocks. Next up is sugarcane, so that's 6.4. Yeah, so for sugarcane, yeah. So if you want sugarcane, string meshing is the best for that, because you have a 6.4% chance of getting it, and it just keeps getting worse for the most part. Like so, and then so pumpkin seeds 5.3, 5.8. Yeah, so for pumpkin seeds, the best chance you're going to get is 5.8% chance from the flint meshing. Normal seeds, so that's 5.1, 5.9, 6%, 7.3% chance with the emerald meshing. But you could also go for the iron meshing, which gives you a 6% chance, which is only 1.3% less chance than from the emerald meshing. Beetroot seeds 4.8. If you, for some reason you want beetroot, 4.8. 4.6, 2.8. Yeah, so yeah, either the string at 4.8 and flint at 4.8% chance to give beetroot seeds are the exact same. So either of those two will give you the exact same rate to gain beetroot seeds. If for some reason you need beetroot seeds, like maybe you need red dye, I don't know. Melon seeds up next, so that's 4.5. Melon 6, 4, 4.2, 3.5. So yeah, the string meshing is best for melon seeds at 4.5% chance. Next up is potato, so that's 1.6, 2%, 2.5. Yeah, that's this. Potatoes 3.8. So the best one is the emerald. Right. Dip down. Potatoes. You know, what was I doing? What was that to be? I completely forgot. I got distracted. So melon, beetroot. So yeah, melon seeds. I might have probably misnamed this one. Melon seeds are best from the emerald one at 3.5. 4.2. 4.6 from flint. So it's either flint or no, so yes, yeah, melon 3.5, flint 4.6. So yeah, flint is best for melon seeds. Yeah, 4.5, 4.6. So yeah, Flint is best, but it's only 0.1% better than string. What did I? Yeah, I accidentally called that diamond instead of date emerald. Oops a daisy. Oh well, not the end of the world. Um, let's see. Did melon seeds. Next up, potatoes at 1.6. 2. 2.5. So yeah, emerald is best at 3.8% for potatoes, but iron does give you a decent chance at 2.5%. But yeah, emerald is just way better for potatoes at 3.8%. So yeah, if you want potatoes, go with the emerald meshing or iron meshing if you don't have enough emeralds. Yeah, potatoes, hanging roots, 1.3. That just keeps going up, doesn't it? Hanging roots 2. 2.4. 3%. 3.4% with the M. Yeah, so just with hang root, the higher the tier, the better. So yeah, so like hang root does consistently go up with the meshing. So I guess it just gives you like bonus hang roots or something. Carrots at 1.3, 2.1, 2.5, 2.4. 4%. So yeah, again, carrots are mostly the same except with the diamond meshing is just like 0.1% less chance than iron. But with the emerald meshing, you have a whole 4% chance again of carrots. Again, carrots. So what's after carrots? Red mushroom. So 08, 07, 03, 04, 03. So yeah, string is best for red mushroom, brown mushroom, 03. Oh, wait, 07. Yeah, that's red mushroom 07. Yeah, red 08. Yeah, so 03 brown. 05. No, that's 0.05. 03%. Oh, no, that's red mushroom, brown mushroom. 06%. 04%. And then 4%. So yeah, iron is the best for getting the brown mushrooms. So yeah. So there is reasons to have like lower tier meshes. If you need that certain items are just more likely in lower tiers. Yeah, now I'm gonna do gravel. So yeah, I'll be back once I've done that. So I've now gotten the gravel done. And this one didn't take as long because there wasn't as many items. But this one is at least from my memory is a little bit more consistent than dirt. So let's just take a look into this. So we have flint, iron scraps, copper scraps, coal, lapis, pointed dripstone, emerald scraps, diamond scraps, and sniffer eggs. Flint with the string is just like 278 at 34.9% chance. That's a lot of flint. Iron scraps at 222 at 27.9% chance. Copper scraps 107 at 13.4% chance. Coal 82 at 10.3%. Lapis 64 at 8%. Pointed dripstone 17 at 2.1. Yes, I did have to fuse pointed and dripstone and the number 17 to fit it all on one line. You will see that most of the time. because well, whenever there's a point something at the end, because that's what messes it up. Anyway, emerald scrap 10 at 1.2%. Diamond scrap 9 at 1.1%, and that makes a nice little like cave there. I just noticed that's cool. Anyway, sniffer egg 6 at 0.7% chance. And this stays very like it doesn't change all that much. So yeah, flint 235 at 29.9% chance. Iron scrap 172 at 21.9. Coal at 157, 20% chance. Copper scrap is 109 at 13.9. Lapis 76 at 9.6% chance. Diamond scrap 12% at 1.5%. 12 at 1.5%. Emerald scrap 9 at 1.1%. Sniffer eggs go up to 8 at 1% chance. Pointed dripstone goes down to 6 at 0.7% with the flint mesh. Now with the iron mesh, iron scraps are now at the top at 207 with a 26.5% chance. With flint coming in at second at 182 with a 23.3% chance. And coal at 165 at 21.1. Copper scrap at 219 with a 15.2%. Lapis 77 at a 9.8%. Diamond scraps 16 at 2%. Pointed dripstone shoots up to 11 at 1.4% chance, same as emerald scrap. Sniffer eggs 4 at 0.5% chance. Next up is the diamond mesh. Iron scraps actually have gone down from 207 to 166, but still at the top with 19.5%. Lapis is now second at 153 at an 18% chance. Copper scrap 147 at 17.3% chance. Coal 139 at 16.4%. Flint 136 at 16%. Emerald scraps 48 at 5.6%. Diamond scraps 43 at 5%. Pointed dripstone is 12 at 1.4%. And sniffer eggs 3 at 0.3%. And something I've noticed that sniffer eggs just keep going down. It was 4, 6, so it was 6, 6, then, oh wait, no, that's 20, so 6, 8, yeah, sniffer egg 6, then 8, then 4, then 3, so we went up and then down. Anyway, iron scraps have gone back up to 217, which is the most iron scraps that we've seen so far, with a 26.9% chance. Coal is at 140 now, with a 17.3% chance. Copper scraps at 139 with a 17.2. I forgot the percentage. Well, 17.2%. Lapis 87 at 10.7%. Flint 78 at 9.6%. Emerald scrap 76 at 9.4%. Diamond scrap 52 at 6.4%. Pointed dripstone 15 1.8%. And sniffer eggs have gone down again to 2 at 0.2% chance. So this is more like what I originally thought would happen with like dirt, where the more valuable stuff just goes up, while the flint, or in that case the stones, would go down. As you can see here, flint has consistently gone down, getting lower and lower. It was a 34.9, and it goes down to 29.9, and it's 23.3, and 16, and at very bottom it's 9.6%. I do find it interesting that sniffer eggs do also consistently go down, with the exception of with the exception of the flint mesh, which makes the sniffer eggs go up by a little bit. But they are consistently below 1%. Like the flint mesh, the flint mesh being the only one at 1%. Everything else is below 1%. For the sniffer egg. So yeah, if you want sniffer eggs, go with the flint mesh. You have a 1% chance of getting it. So for every 10 gravel on average, you should get 1, and for every 100, you should get about 10. Wait, no, for every 100 you get 1. No, yes, I remember. Why am I? For every 100 gravel, you should get 1 sniffer egg, and if you put 10 gravel in, you have like a 10% chance of getting a sniffer egg, I think. No. Anyway, whatever. You put 100 gravel in and you'll probably get a sniffer egg if you really want sniffer eggs. I've actually gotten a few sniffer eggs on like Flat World I've been playing on with this add-on. With Flint being it isn't actually that bad. Being too common because there's other add-ons that make Flint useful, like Tinkers. You can use them for weapons. The Flint Shurikens. I would also like it if they did update it to add Flint weapons and tools and stuff. And with alchemy, you can just like convert them into essence and use them to make other stuff like diamonds and iron and stuff or whatever you need. And yeah, everything else here is useful. Like pointed dripstone is useful for like infinite lava or whatever you need. Coal is good for smelting because you do need to like smelt up the raw iron, the raw copper, the raw emerald, the raw diamond that you get from these. Because you can't craft the scraps into diamond and emeralds, you craft them into the raw variant, raw stuff that that's the same as in the feed the bees, and then you smelt the raw into the diamond and emerald. So getting a lot of coal is very nice. Lapis isn't really super useful, but again you can just use it for essence if you have alchemy, or you could use it for building and dyes and stuff, wherever. Copper isn't super useful, but it's gonna be more useful after the copper update, so it's nice to have that. Yeah, that's interesting. So next up is sand and red sand. Now, if I'm gonna just like make a little like prediction here that the sand and red sand are gonna be the same, probably, more or less. Like, I don't know. Like, I've not done any testing beforehand, so I don't know with these. So I don't know if they do have any unique drops or anything. But if I had to guess, it would just literally just be the same loot table for both. But I'm not going to make any assumptions, and I am going to do both of them individually, and then we will see. Also, yeah, look how much stuff there was there. So yeah, I'm gonna go do that. So sand first, then red sand. So yeah, I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll with sand, and then I'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to another video. I am an idiot. You know what? I'm keeping that in. I'm keeping that mistake in it. Just force of habit. You start recording and you go hello. I'm welcome. Yeah, no. Yeah, I've done sand. My brain might be a little bit tired out. A little bit. Yeah, lots of maths. Done sand. And, yeah, it's all right. Yeah. So, iron scraps 306, 39.8%. Kelp 96, 12.5%. Sea pickles 78, 10.1%. Lily pads 75, 9.7%. Cactus 71, 9.2%. Ink 56, at 7.3%, Prismarine Crystals 29 at 3.7%, Prismarine Shards 22 at 2.8%, Turtle Eggs 20 at 2.6%, Sponge 14 at 1.8%. So you can see here there's a lot of iron, which is a little bit surprising. Is it like a reference to something? I mean, I guess like red sand might have a lot of iron in it, so that's what causes it to be red, maybe. And I would support the guess I made earlier of red sand and sand sharing the same loot table. With then like kelp, sea pickles, lily pads, all being like stuff on the water. So like kelp and sea pickles you find in the kelp, lily you find in the ocean. The lily pads you find in like swamp biomes and stuff. Cactus from the desert, ink from squids in the ocean, prismarine crystals and shards from the ocean monuments, turtle eggs because turtles lay their eggs in the sand, and sponges. And this is really good that it has sponges, because this means that sponges are now a renewable. Renewable, which is really nice. It means you don't have to go monument hunting every time you want some sponges. You just put a bunch of sand through a sift and you get some sponges. But yeah, I did like it, but with this one, like I only got 14 from 1,000 sand, so you're gonna have to dig up a lot of sand, or just like have a system to automatically crush cobblestone into sand and then sieve it with a cobble gen. And something I noticed while going through this is that the iron scraps got lower, as you can see, at 276 compared to 306. So it went down, and I've just got fewer iron scraps and just like more of almost everything else. So iron scraps 35.7%, kelp 85 at 11%, lily pad 78 at 10.1%, ink 76 at 9.8%, cactus 72 at 9.3%, sea pickles 62 at 8%, prismarine crystals at 54.7%. I've got the points. I guess I hit the spacebar on accident. Prismarine shards 43 at 5.5%, and I got those two the wrong way around because the shards should be above the crystals because there's more shards than crystals. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. And then sponge 13 at 1.6%, and then turtle eggs 12 at 1.5%. And then iron, you can see here even less iron scraps went down to 272. There's not a ton less, not as much less this time. At 35.6%, then prismarine shards shoot all the way up to second place at 74 with 9.6%. Which, yeah, is a big jump for the prismarine shards. Prismarine crystals also jump up almost as much at 73.9, 73 at 9.5%. Ink is at 70 with 9%. Cactus is at 67 with 8.7%. Kelp 65 at 8.5%. Lily pad 63 at 8.2%. Sea pickles at 54 with 7%, sponges 16 with 2%, sea turtle eggs 9 at 1.1%. And something you'll notice that turtle eggs and sponges will pretty much just stay at the bottom. Like they did swap there from going from string to flint, and they've swapped again in iron back again. So yeah. And then, like something that's odd here is that cactus jumps up here, overtaking prismarine crystals, and prismarine shards really just like falls down quite a bit for some reason. But yeah, iron scraps 238 with a 31.6% chance, cactus 78 at a 10.3% chance, prismarine crystals 77 with a 10.2% chance, lily pads at 71 with a 9.4% chance, sea pickles 67 at a 8.8% chance. Kelp 66 at 8.7% chance, ink 62 at 8.2% chance, prismarine shards at 47 at 6.2, turtle eggs 27 at 3.5, sponge 20 at 2.6% chance. And then going to Emerald, Iron Scrap still at the top. So even at the end, even though it keeps going down, it's still the most common, even with Emerald. You get 191 with 25.1% chance. Lily Pads at 101 with a 13.2% chance. Prismarine Shards at 87 with 11.4% chance. Prismarine Crystals at 71 at 9.3% chance. Sea Pickles 67 at 8.8% chance. Kelp 65 at 8.5% chance. Ink 64 at 8.4% chance. Cactus 62 at 8.1%. Tittle Eggs 33 at 4.3%. And Sponges 19 at 2.5% chance. So yeah, it's pretty simple for the most part. Like there are a couple of like oddities, like Cactus being number 2 and Lily Pads being number 2 in Diamond and Emerald. So if you are going for the Prismarine Shards and Crystals, you'll probably want to go for Iron, because that has them at 9.6 and 9.5, which is higher. Prismarine Crystals are a little bit higher in the Diamond, but Prismarine Shards are lower. Prismarine Shards at 11, Prismarine Crystals 9.3. So yeah, if you're going for them, you might want to go for either Iron, which will give you slightly more crystals, I think it was. Yeah, it's like 0.2% more crystals, which isn't really that much. Or Emerald, they'll give you more crystals, more shards. The most shards, not as many crystals, but more shards. And you also get lily pads, which I think you can compost them. But they're but yeah, you could probably, or just use them to decorate or whatever you want to do with lily pads. Obviously you get a bunch of iron scrap as well, which is nice. You can convert that to iron and stuff. So I'm going to go do red sand now. So with red sand, once I've got all the numbers and everything done up, I'll compare them to the sand, and then I'll be back with you whether or not they are basically, if they are the same. If they are, then I'm just going to be like, yeah, they're the same. No need to go through all of them. These two are basically interchangeable. But yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys once I've done that. So yeah. Right, so done red sand, and this is actually really interesting. It has its own unique items compared to regular sand. And it actually makes a lot of sense because it's like gold scrap and red sand. If you didn't know, I believe you can craft it with like sand and red dye, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but I'm fairly sure there is a way to craft red sand. But naturally spawning, they spawn in mesa biomes, and mesa biomes have a lot of gold in them. The most gold out of any other biome. So it makes sense for the main drop to be gold scrap, considering that again, that's where this. And next up is sugarcane, vines, cocoa beans, melon seeds, bamboo, and the percentage gold scrap 340, 43.6. 111 sugarcane at 14.2, 91 vines at 11.6, 81 cocoa beans at 10.3, 80 melon seeds at 10.2. 76 bamboo at 9.7. So this is really cool, but I do have a couple of complaints. Firstly, there's no dead bushes. I would really like it if they made it so that dead bushes were in here. And also, I do have another complaint. So I'm just going to quickly go through these and watch it and just go through the gold scrap. So that one's 340 at 43.6, 303 at 38.5, 264 at 32.7, 250 at 31.7, and 260 at 32.2. 8.3. As you go up the meshes, the gold becomes less and less plentiful, meaning that to get gold, just use a regular string mesh, and I don't really like that. I think they should change this so that the gold scraps become more plentiful the higher up you go, and like at the beginning you just get like dead bushes, like some like cocoa beans and some vines. But then as you go along, like the melon seeds, the bamboo gets more common as well as the gold scrap, and then when you're at to like diamond, like emerald, you get like you know the like 50% or just like 43.6% gold scraps, and they did like and then like a few like some bamboo, some melon seeds, and then like cocoa beans, dead bushes, and vines are like you don't really get it. And sugarcane can still go in my opinion. Like it, I think we get sugar. Yeah, we get sugarcane from other stuff, so it's not like losing it from here would be a super big would be a problem, and it's not. And it doesn't make a ton of sense because again, red sand spawns mostly in mesa biomes. Naturally spawns in mesa biomes, so you're not really going to be getting much sugarcane in a mesa biome, so it doesn't make much sense for sugarcane. But yeah, it doesn't also make a ton of sense for vines, but I can make an excuse for vines because I don't think we get vines anywhere else, so this is a good way of getting vines if you want vines. But yeah, I do think it's cool as its own loot table. I think it just needs a bit more tweaking. Because right now, at least in my opinion, it's not really worth using red sand on anything other than the on the string meshes, because you're just gonna get less gold with all the other ones. So next up is one of the ones I find most interesting is the dust. I really want to see how what you get from dust. So yeah, I'm gonna go do dust, and I'll see you guys in like like 30 minutes or so, or however long it takes for me to get this done. Anyway, see you then. Okay, so got all the dust here. So iron scrap 231, 29%. Redstone 138, 17.3%. Bone meal 25. 125, 15.7, gold scrap 94, 11.8%, gunpowder 76, 9.5%, glowstone 66, 8.3%, blaze powder 35, 4.4%, amethyst 16, 2%, echo shards 13, 1.6%. Which, yeah, the echo shards don't get much better. They're always like the least common. They're always the rarest, which is perfectly fine because like echo shards being rare, yeah, that's good. At least they're now a renewable resource. So that's fine by me. I would have preferred it if they added like crushed deep slate, and a way to get deep slate, and then you get crushed deep slate, and then you save the crushed deep slate to get a low chance of echo shards and stuff like diamond scraps, redstone dust, and just like just generally stuff you find in deep slate layers. But yeah, anyway, and then I don't think it changes much. So it goes iron, redstone, bone meal, gold, and bone meal. Oh yeah, bone meal. For some reason, with the flint one, bone meal shoots up to 212 with a 24.8% chance of overtaking iron scraps at 200 with 23.4% chance. And then I think pretty much everything else stays the same. Redstone 181, 21.2, gold scraps 86, 10% chance, gunpowder 65, 7.6, glowstone 59, 4.5, blaze powder 36, 4.2, amethyst 21, 2.4, and echo shards 12, 1.4. Echo Shards actually went down there for some reason. Uh, the iron one. For the iron one, the bone meal goes down a bit, but not massively. And then iron scrap is at 296 with 31.2%. Bone meal 157 at 16.5%. Redstone 124 at 13.1%. Gold scrap at 107 11.3%. Gunpowder 119 at 12.5%. Glowstone at 67 at 7%, Blaze Powder 41 at 4.3%, Amethyst 28 at 2.9%, Echo Shard 7 at 0.7%. Then Bone Meal goes down even further, and that is now below Redstone again. And it's gold shoots up. Iron scraps at 234 at 20.5%, and gold scraps at 200 with 17.5%. Redstone is at 177 with 15.5%. Bone meal is 158 with 13.8%. Glowstone is 104 with a 9.1%. Amethyst at 104 with a 9.1%. Gunpowder 84 with a 7.3%. Blaze Powder 57 5%, Echo Shards 19 at 1.6%. And then with Emerald, Bone Meal goes all the way down to the bottom. The only thing that's lower than it now is the Echo Shard. So yeah, Bone Meal's been like up and down, goes up and down through this entire thing. Yeah, Iron Scrap stays at the top when Bone Meal's not above it. And it's at 259 with a 20.9% chance. Redstone 232, 18.7% chance. Gold scrap 182, 14.7% chance. Glowstone 159, 12.8% chance. Blaze powder 140, 11.3% chance. Gunpowder 134, 10.8% chance. Amethyst 68, 5.4% chance. Bone meal 43.2%. Echo Shards 24, 1.9%. So yeah. That is a. Now that is pretty good. Being able to get again Echo Shards being renewable, you get a decent amount of iron and gold out of them as well. But there are other ones that are better for them. At the end, I will go. I will like list up like the best way to get each resource from each of these, and the year, and then I'll put that. That'll be at the end of the video. But now we're going on to the alternate dimension block. So now we're on to Nether. So we've got crushed netherrack, soul sand, and crushed basalt. So I'm gonna go do them, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've done crushed netherrack, and it's not really super surprising. You only get 3 resources from it: nether quartz, gold scrap, netherite scrap. Nether quartz is always at the top with this time with 519 at 62%, then gold scrap 286, 34.1%, netherite scrap 32, 3.8%. There's no surprises here. You get more gold and more netherite scrap and less quartz the higher up you go. That's literally all that changes. Nether quartz goes down, gold scrap, netherite scrap goes up. Yeah. Pretty simple. I mean, you really don't need the percentages here because it's just like quartz down, those two go up. You know, it's just the higher up you go. So there's no reason to use any of the others over the emerald one, because even with the emerald one, you're still going to get a bunch of more nether quartz than you're ever going to need, really, unless you're building like a mega structure out of nether quartz. And if you're building a mega structure out of nether quartz, this isn't a bad way to get nether quartz, because you get out of 1,000 crushed netherrack, I got 372 nether quartz. So if you're doing a lot of mining for nether quartz anyway, you might as well have a system set up to crush your netherrack down into a crushed netherrack, and then sift it through the auto sifters and and you just get a bunch of nether quartz free, and then you also get some like gold and netherite if you need it, and then you can also like just turn that netherite and got netherite scrap and gold into netherite ingots, and then put them into the alchemy machine to get even more nether quartz if you want to, if you have the alchemy add-on. But yeah, now I'm gonna go on to the soul sand, and I'll see you guys once I've done the soul sand. All right, I've done soul sand. It's one of those items like fairly simple. The nether quartz, gold scraps, glowstone. You know, we've seen all that before, but what's new here is nether wart and gases. We've also got blaze powder, but we've seen that before, if I'm not mistaken. We saw that in the. Did we see it in this one? No, we didn't. Okay. This one we saw blaze. Oh yeah, it was in here, wasn't it? Dust. Yeah, blaze powder. There is. So yeah, we've seen blaze powder before. But gas tears Neverwart are new, and it's really nice that they're in here because Neverwart it only really spawns in Nether fortresses, and even then it's not 100% guaranteed. It's only like sometimes they spawn there. So having a easier way of getting it is nice. The only problem is that it's not 100% renewable because I don't believe there's a way to get soul sand other than just finding a soul sand valley and digging it up, or just finding patches of soul sand underground. So it would be nice if they added a way to make sand into soul sand. I don't know how they do that. Like maybe like kill something on top of sand, and it has a chance to turn the sand into soul sand or something. I don't know. Or just have something die near the sand. But yeah, adding a way to renewably get soul sand would be really nice for this, because then that would make Neverwart and Neverwart renewable. And gas tears, they're just a pain in the butt to get, and even just like going out and killing a ghast with your bow, it's not super reliable. Like, they can like fly over lava, you're not guaranteed to get any tears. If you're lucky and one spawns in the cave, you could kill it with your sword and get some gas tears if you've got looting, but that is just down to luck. Yeah, anyway, Nether Quartz 436 that's a 49.5% chance. Gold Scrap 153, 17.3, Glowstone 120, 13.6, Neverwart 78 at 8.8, Gas Tears 51 at 5.7, Blaze Powder 42 at 4.7, and then going up to Flames, like Nether Quartz has gone down, I think. Yeah, Nether Quartz go down to 371 at 42.7, and then Gold Scrap is now 209 at 24.1%. Neverwart is 102 at 11.7%. Glowstone is 84 at 9.6%. Blaze Powder is 56 at 6.4%. Gas Tears is 45 at 5.1%. Yeah, and as you can see here, Gas Tears are now at the bottom of the thing, which is annoying because this is like one of the best drops in it, but I kind of think it's fine that it's a little bit, that it's rare, that it's a bit difficult to get your hands on. Because again, it is just it honestly just like, even if you have to dig up a bunch of soul sand and just put it through through some auto sieves, this is probably still faster than making a gas farm. Or just going out and killing ghasts. Yeah, and of course, 243, 29, yeah. Right, this is all fairly simple. Gold scraps, glowstone, Neverwart's gone up. Gone up in number, but I think it's actually gone down in the ranking. Blaze Powder's also gone down. And gas tears And Nether Quartz, Gold Scraps. Yeah, so it's just, you get less Nether Quartz as you go on, but you get more of the other stuff, like more Gold Scraps, more Blaze Powder, more Glowstone, more Nether Wart, and a little bit more gas tiers, like 28, 62. Actually, you get the most gas tiers. Got the most gas tiers from Diamond. 43, 45. It did go down there. So 42, 45, 43, 62, and then 28. Yeah, I would, if I were to change this, I would make it so that gas tiers get at least 40% in the emerald, just to give them the boost from the. Oh yeah, they're only 7.6%. So yeah, I was reading for 62. So yeah, so from 7.6%, I'd like boost it up to like 10% at least for gas tiers in with the emerald meshing. And boost Nether Wart up to like 20% maybe. That's 9.9, 13, 11. Oh wait, no, that's not even. Yeah, that's 10.5, 11.7, 8.8. So yeah, maybe boost it up to like 15%. Yeah, I just think they just need a bit of a boost on the emerald one, on the emerald mesh, and then that's fine. Right, so I'm actually gonna go take a break now for the rest of the day, and in the morning I'm gonna come back to this because it is basically like 6 p.m. for me. So I've spent like most of today working on this. I started this morning, and I took a break to get something to eat, and then I just worked on this until now. So yeah, and there's only 2 more to go. So I'll get these 2 finished off tomorrow. Get the video, get all the bits stitched together, and then get the video uploaded for you guys. Anyway, so I'll see you in the morning, I guess. Good morning, everybody. So I've done crushed basalt. Yeah, it's typical Nether stuff. You don't get a lot from it, but well, you get a lot, but not many things. So basically, glowstone, magma cream, blaze rods, and Nether wart you get from these. Glowstone 289 out of 19.2%, magma cream 275 at 27.8%, blaze rod 242 at 24.4%, Nether wart 183 at 18.5%. So yeah, this is a good way to keep boosting, because you get a bunch of it. Like seriously, like next on Flint, the glowstone goes all the way up to 401. Like that's almost double yeah. That's a lot more. And now that's at 40.3% compared to the 19.2. There, so that you get a lot of glowstone dust from there. Magma cream 253 at 25.4%. This is a nice way to get magma cream, because I don't like having to deal with magma cubes. There's only one way to get a magma cube spawner, and that's in the one of the piglin bastions in the treasure room. The only way to find magma cubes is like find a basalt delta, which isn't hard for me because I almost always have my portal spawn in them. Let me tell you, someone who has had their portal spawn in that biome multiple times, it is the worst. It is just the worst. Anyway, Nether wart. Now this is actually really good, because this makes Nether wart a renewable resource now, because the basalt you can well, not only is there a basalt generator in this add-on, but also you can make a vanilla basalt generator with just like blue ice, lava, and soul soil, and blaze rods. Yeah, I kind of question why they had blaze powder really when they put in blaze rods in here. Bit weird in my opinion. But yeah, I don't think there was any real mix up there. So yeah, glowstone, magma, blaze, never. Glowstone, magma. Yeah, so that pretty much just stayed the same. You just got more of everything, I think. 253, 172. So less magma cream, more blaze rods, and wait, hold on, no, blaze rods. Blaze rods did go down and never wore 242, 183. So you got less Neverwort and less Blaze rods and less Magma Cream for more glowstone dust. So yeah, everything went down except for glowstone, which went up. And then here, Blaze Rod shoots to the top at 43.9%. Glowstone is next up at 221 at 24.2%. Magma Cream next at 191 at 20.9%. Neverwort 100 at 10.9%. Magma Cream is at the top now with 397 at 42.9%. Blaze Rod's next up 214 at 23.1%. Glowstone 212 at 22.9%. And Neverwort 102 at 11%. And then Emerald Neverwort is at top at 405 with 41%. Glowstone Dust next at 206 at 20.8%. Magma Cream 195 at 19.7%. Blaze Rod at 181 at 18.3%. So yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what I would have guessed from Crushed for Soul. Like, Magma Cream makes sense because that's where Magma Cubes spawn. Blaze Rods, it doesn't make a ton of sense, but sure. It's slabbery and stuff, so I guess, like, Blazes might have, like, lived there at some point or something. Neverwort doesn't make sense, really, because, I mean, I'm glad I think Neverwort is literally just here just because, this makes it now gives a renewable source of Neverwort. Gives you a renewable source of Neverwort. Because otherwise you'd have to get them from the Nether Fortresses. Glowstone, and the large amount of glowstone dust also doesn't make a ton of sense. I guess it's just like, if you really want a lot of glowstone dust, you can get a flint mesh and put some of it in there and you get a ton of glowstone. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna move on to crushed endstone now. If my nose would stop itching, that would be great. Oh, sorry about that. Anyway, I'll move on to crushed endstone and I'll be right back. So, that's all of the endstone done, and it is very simple. Lot of ender pills, some chorus fruit, some chorus flowers. Well, you get a good amount of chorus fruit. 53% ender pills, 581, 53%, 53.2%. Flower, fruit, 394 fruit with 39.5%. 70 flowers at 7%. The fruit in the flint smash overtook ender pills at 428 with 60.5%. Ender pills went down to 212 at 29.9%, and flowers at 67 with 9.4%. Iron fruit remained at the top with 483 at 50.3%. Ender pills did go up to 411 with 42.8%, and the flowers are at 66 with 6.8%. Fruit stayed at top with 463 at 47.1%, and the pills are up to 450 with 45.8%, and flowers 68 with 6.9%, and the ender pills overtook the fruit once again with 464 at 50.4%, fruit at 390 with 42.3%, and flowers 66 with 7.1 at 7.1%. So yeah, fairly simple and straightforward. So now I'm gonna figure out which is the best thing for each material. So like, like dirt plus flint might be the best for, I don't know, regular seeds or something. I don't know. I'm gonna look through all them, see which one has the most, and it's not just gonna be like in the same one. So I am gonna consider like, like dirt has X chance to get melon seeds, but you have a higher chance of getting melon seeds from sand. So I'm gonna figure that all out and get that down in the book, and then I'll be back. See you. Alright, so I got this all sorted out. So hold on. I'm just gonna actually I'll just make a little thing here and get a particular item frame. Yeah, I got this all sorted out. All the optimal way to get the materials. So on the left side page, you'll see the material itself. So you've got like rocks, seeds, pumpkin seeds. On the right, you'll see the material, then the mesh. That is optimal to that I got the most of from this. Dirt, string, dirt, emerald. Filtered dirt through a string mesh, and you'll get the that's how you get the most rocks. You want seeds, dirt filtered through emerald that will get you the most amount of seeds. Yeah, you just go through this. I'll show each page. I'm not gonna read off each and every material, but you can see here the materials and what you need to get them. And yeah, it's there are a few that you need that are best to get with, like string or flint, but most of the time it's iron, diamond, or emerald meshes. What's interesting here is that gold scrap is best going with red sand filtered through string mesh, which honestly I would have thought it would have been like crushed netherrack or something, but nope, it's red sand. Who knew? Well, probably the developers of the add-on. So yeah, and the bolts are best got with a string mesh, which wasn't super surprising because I got a ton of them. But yeah, like there's nothing really super surprising here. Like stuff like Nether Scrap and Echo Shards I got best going like the emerald mesh. So yeah, that's all the materials and how you get and the best way to get them. So I hope you guys all did enjoy this in-depth video going over all the different meshes and all that with the speed test and with the loot test, and I hope this helps you. And if you're at this part, thank you for watching to the end of the video. If you watched this far and haven't left a like, comment, and subscription, then please do that, because this took a lot of time off screen to get everything sorted out. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye bye.